successful, then claim it, say it. Man, everyday thing, you know, every day I wake up feeling like, yo, this is supposed to be. I think, you know, when you act as though you're already in the future, eventually you will be.
You been, man? I've been seeing you so long. Usher, how you been, man? I've been seeing you so long. Usher, how you been, man? I've been seeing you so long.
How much did we drink?
Seeing you so long.
How much did we drink?
In the glitzy, high-stakes world of entertainment, where fame and fortune often overshadow morality, a storm is brewing that threatens to upend everything we thought we knew about some of music's biggest icons. At the center of this maelstrom stands Sean Diddy Combs, the legendary rapper and mogul, whose empire is now teetering on the brink of collapse. But this isn't just another celebrity scandal. This is a tale of alleged abuse, manipulation, and a web of secrets so dark that it makes Hollywood's worst-kept secrets look like child's play. As Diddy's legal team scrambles to secure his release on bail, an unexpected twist has emerged. Usher, the R&B superstar who once called Diddy a mentor, has announced he'll testify against him. The music industry is buzzing with rumors that Usher might be the second person named in connection with Diddy in Lil Rod's explosive lawsuit. The pressure is mounting, and even seasoned observers are struggling to keep up with the rapid-fire developments in this unfolding drama. Mark Agnifilo, Diddy's high-powered attorney, moves through the courthouse with purpose, his confidence unwavering despite the gravity of the situation. "We're going to get Mr. Combs out of jail," he declares, his voice steady but carrying an edge of urgency. When pressed about whether Diddy will walk free immediately if bail is granted, Agnifilo offers a measured response. "Each case is different. We'll ask for immediate release, but ultimately it's up to the judge." The uncertainty hangs heavy in the air, much like the countless questions surrounding Diddy's past actions. The allegations against Diddy paint a picture that's difficult to reconcile with the public persona of the man who revolutionized hip-hop and launched countless careers. Whispers of freak-off parties, orgies allegedly attended by A-list celebrities, and troubling accounts of young artists being groomed have circulated through industry circles for years. Sources close to the investigation claim these gatherings weren't just about hedonistic excess. They were allegedly carefully orchestrated events where power dynamics were exploited and boundaries were systematically crossed. What makes this story particularly gripping is how it connects multiple generations of music royalty through a shared history of alleged abuse. From Usher's early days at what was supposedly called Puffy Flavor Camp to Justin Bieber's teenage years under Diddy's influence, the narrative reveals a pattern that's both disturbing and impossible to ignore. Industry insiders are now speaking out, confirming what many have long suspected. Diddy's behavior wasn't just an open secret, it was practically institutional knowledge among those in the know. As we peel back the layers of this complex saga, one thing becomes crystal clear. This isn't just about one man's alleged transgressions, it's about a system that enabled and protected powerful figures while vulnerable young artists paid the price. The coming weeks promise to reveal even more shocking details, as evidence mounts and witnesses prepare to testify. Will this be the moment when the music industry finally confronts its darkest demons? Or will the same forces that allowed these alleged abuses to continue for decades find a way to sweep everything under the rug once again? The stage is set for a confrontation that could redefine how we view power, mentorship, and accountability in the entertainment world. As new revelations emerge daily, one question looms larger than all others. When the truth finally comes to light, will justice prevail, or will the machinery of celebrity protection prove too powerful to overcome? At the heart of this unfolding drama lies Usher Raymond IV, the multi-platinum R&B sensation, whose relationship with Diddy traces back to his formative years in the music industry. What began as a seemingly innocent mentorship quickly transformed into something far more sinister. According to emerging testimonies and leaked documents, Usher's mother Desi, desperate to see her son achieve stardom, made the fateful decision to send the 13-year-old prodigy to live with Diddy at his infamous Puffy Flavor Camp, a move that would alter the course of both their lives forever. Industry sources paint a chilling picture of what transpired during Usher's time in Diddy's orbit. Former associates describe witnessing unsettling interactions between the mogul and the teenage star, including inappropriate physical contact and late-night bedroom visits that raised eyebrows among even the most jaded industry veterans. One particularly damning account comes from Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, who claims to have seen Diddy behaving inappropriately with Usher on multiple occasions. Deal's testimony gains additional weight when considering medical records that reportedly document Usher's hospital visit following an alleged incident at Diddy's residence, records that Diddy allegedly went to great lengths to cover up. The nature of Usher's involvement with Diddy appears to extend beyond mere participation in the mogul's notorious parties. Multiple sources suggest that Usher became entangled in what can only be described as a transactional relationship, where career advancement came at a devastating personal cost. Leaked documents obtained by Radar Online reveal that Usher contracted herpes during his time with Diddy, subsequently transmitting the virus to a celebrity stylist through unprotected sexual contact. The resulting $1.1 million settlement, reached in 2012, included not only financial compensation, but also coverage of the woman's extensive medical expenses, a testament to the severity of the emotional distress caused by the encounter. Perhaps most alarming are the allegations regarding Diddy's alleged use of surveillance equipment to document his encounters with young artists. Court documents reference multiple sex tapes featuring Usher, reportedly recorded without his full knowledge or consent. These recordings, according to whistleblower Courtney Burgess, were allegedly used as leverage to maintain control over Usher's career and personal life. Burgess, who served as CEO of Alter Ego Records, claims to possess 8 such tapes, each containing footage that paints an increasingly disturbing picture of Diddy's alleged predatory behavior. The psychological impact on Usher appears to have been profound and long-lasting. Close friends report that the singer developed severe trust issues and struggled with substance abuse in the years following his association with Diddy. His recent social media activity, including the sudden deletion of approximately 7,000 tweets, suggests a man grappling with the resurgence of painful memories. When asked about these allegations, Usher's representatives have maintained silence, though insiders claim the artist is panicking about the potential release of additional incriminating footage. Most troubling are the parallels between Usher's experience and that of other young artists who passed through Diddy's sphere of influence. Industry veterans speak of a pattern where promising talents were allegedly groomed through a combination of professional opportunity and personal exploitation. Usher's case, they argue, represents not an isolated incident, but rather a systematic approach to controlling and manipulating vulnerable young performers. The question now facing investigators is whether Usher's testimony will provide the crucial link needed to expose the full extent of Diddy's alleged network of abuse and exploitation. The web of alleged abuse extends far beyond Usher, reaching into the life of another global pop phenomenon, Justin Bieber. The Canadian singer's path crossed with Diddy's empire at a critical juncture in his career, creating a perfect storm of vulnerability and exploitation. Sources close to the investigation reveal that Diddy had been aggressively pursuing access to the then 13-year-old Bieber, viewing him as the next big star to add to his roster of controlled talent. What followed was a calculated series of maneuvers that saw Usher, perhaps feeling threatened by Diddy's interest, hastily signing Bieber to his own management company while simultaneously granting Diddy temporary legal guardianship, a move that sent shockwaves through the industry. Courtney Burgess's explosive testimony sheds new light on Bieber's experiences within Diddy's circle. Among the 8 sex tapes in FBI custody, 2 reportedly feature Bieber, both recorded during alleged freak-off parties at Diddy's various properties. The footage, described by sources familiar with the investigation, shows a clearly intoxicated Bieber engaging in activities that raise serious questions about consent and coercion. Particularly damning are accounts from party attendees who recall seeing Diddy personally checking Bieber for recording devices before allowing him entry to private areas of the mansion, a precaution that seems especially sinister, given the context of the ongoing investigation. Bieber's behavior during this period underwent a dramatic transformation that alarmed those closest to him. Friends and family members report a rapid descent into substance abuse, with the teenager frequently appearing disoriented and emotionally unstable. Industry insiders whisper about initiation rituals that allegedly took place during Diddy's parties, where young artists were pressured to participate in increasingly degrading activities as a means of proving their commitment to success. These accounts gain credibility when considering Bieber's own admission, during a 2015 interview, about using drugs heavily after attending one of Diddy's infamous gatherings. The psychological toll on Bieber appears to have been severe and lasting. Recent reports indicate that the singer is deeply concerned about being called to testify in the ongoing investigation, with sources close to him suggesting that the mere possibility has triggered intense anxiety and contributed to strain in his marriage to Hailey Bieber. This fear is compounded by the knowledge that Diddy allegedly maintained detailed records of his interactions with young artists, including video footage and personal information that could potentially be used to discredit or blackmail them. Perhaps most disturbing are the allegations regarding Diddy's alleged use of Bieber's temporary guardianship status to facilitate access to other vulnerable young artists. Industry sources claim that Diddy would arrange meetings between Bieber and aspiring performers, allegedly using the younger artist's celebrity status to lure them into compromising situations. These accounts are supported by multiple witness statements describing encounters where Diddy allegedly monitored Bieber's interactions with other minors, sometimes intervening directly to escalate situations beyond what might be considered appropriate adult supervision. The parallels between Bieber's experience and that of Usher are striking, suggesting a pattern of behavior that goes far beyond isolated incidents. Both artists reportedly found themselves trapped in a cycle of dependency and fear, their careers and personal lives increasingly entangled with Diddy's alleged network of exploitation. As investigators continue to piece together the timeline of events, the full scope of the damage inflicted upon these young artists becomes increasingly apparent, a sobering reminder of the dark side of fame and the price some pay for success in the entertainment industry. The investigation into Diddy's alleged criminal enterprise has taken a dramatic turn with the emergence of whistleblower Courtney Burgess, whose bombshell revelations have sent shockwaves through the music industry. As CEO of Alter Ego Records, Burgess occupied a unique position within Diddy's orbit, providing him unprecedented access to the mogul's inner workings and alleged illegal activities. His testimony, delivered with meticulous detail before the grand jury, has become the cornerstone of the prosecution's case, painting a comprehensive picture of what authorities are now calling a sophisticated network of exploitation and control. Burgess's cooperation with law enforcement began in earnest when he turned over 8 flash drives containing what investigators describe as a treasure trove of incriminating evidence. Among the most damaging materials are the aforementioned sex tapes, but equally significant are hours of audio recordings capturing Diddy allegedly discussing his methods for maintaining control over young artists. These recordings, according to sources familiar with the investigation, include explicit conversations about using both professional opportunities and personal vulnerabilities to manipulate performers into compliance. The whistleblower's account gains additional weight through corroboration from multiple independent sources. Ariel Mitchell, a prominent entertainment attorney representing several alleged victims, confirms that her client's stories align perfectly with Burgess's testimony. More importantly, she reveals that industry insiders have been quietly approaching her with additional evidence, including financial records showing payments to young performers that appear suspiciously timed with major career advancements. These documents suggest a pattern of transactional relationships that extended far beyond simple mentorship. Perhaps most compelling are the technical details Burgess provides about Diddy's alleged surveillance operation. According to his testimony, the mogul maintained a sophisticated system of hidden cameras throughout his properties, strategically placed to capture both consensual and non-consensual encounters. Investigators have reportedly verified the existence of this network, discovering multiple recording devices during searches of Diddy's residences. The sophistication of this setup, combined with Diddy's alleged habit of personally reviewing and cataloging footage, points to a level of premeditation that has prosecutors considering racketeering charges. The scope of the alleged conspiracy extends beyond Diddy himself, implicating numerous industry professionals who allegedly facilitated or covered up his activities. Burgess identifies several high-profile figures who purportedly knew about the abuse but remained silent, either out of fear or financial incentive. These include record label executives, talent managers, and even some of Diddy's closest celebrity associates. The whistleblower describes a code of silence that permeated the industry, enforced through a combination of threats, bribes, and professional blacklisting. Law enforcement officials confirm that Burgess's information has led to multiple search warrants and subpoenas targeting individuals connected to Diddy's operations. Several witnesses have already come forward with corroborating testimony, while others remain reluctant to speak, citing legitimate concerns about retaliation. This hesitation underscores the pervasive culture of fear that allegedly allowed Diddy's activities to continue unchecked for decades. The investigation has also uncovered what appears to be a systematic approach to recruiting and grooming young talent. Burgess describes elaborate auditions where aspiring artists were allegedly evaluated not just on their musical abilities, but also on their willingness to participate in Diddy's lifestyle. Those who showed resistance were reportedly frozen out of opportunities, while compliant individuals received preferential treatment and accelerated career trajectories. This alleged pipeline of vulnerable young performers formed the foundation of Diddy's alleged network, ensuring a steady supply of fresh talent to exploit. As the case progresses, prosecutors face the challenge of connecting the dots between individual incidents and establishing a pattern of criminal behavior. The mountain of evidence provided by Burgess, combined with corroborating testimony from other witnesses, suggests they may have built a case strong enough to withstand even Diddy's formidable legal resources. The coming months will determine whether this unprecedented investigation can finally bring accountability to a system that allegedly preyed on the dreams of countless young artists. The reverberations of these explosive revelations are sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry, forcing a reckoning that many believe is long overdue. Major record labels are scrambling to distance themselves from any association with Diddy's empire, with Universal Music Group and Warner Records issuing statements condemning any form of exploitation or abuse, while launching internal investigations into their historical dealings with Bad Boy Entertainment. Behind closed doors, Industry executives are reportedly engaged in frantic discussions about implementing stricter oversight measures for artist development programs, particularly those involving minors. The impact on current artists is proving equally profound. Established performers who once collaborated with Diddy are facing intense scrutiny over their past associations, leading to a wave of public apologies and explanations. Some, like Chris Brown and French Montana, have preemptively addressed their connections to Diddy, emphasizing their lack of knowledge about any alleged misconduct. Others have chosen to remain silent, though insiders report that many are privately expressing relief that long-suspected practices are finally being exposed. Particularly noteworthy is the emergence of a new paradigm in how the industry handles allegations of misconduct. Unlike previous scandals that often resulted in hushed settlements and quiet exits, this case demonstrates the power of collective action and institutional memory. The coordinated efforts of law enforcement, whistleblowers, and victims' advocates have created a framework for addressing historical wrongs while preventing future abuses. This model could serve as a blueprint for other sectors grappling with similar issues of power imbalance and exploitation. The economic impact of these revelations cannot be overstated. Investors and corporate partners are increasingly viewing ethical considerations as essential components of business viability. The entertainment industry's traditional tolerance for morally ambiguous behavior is giving way to a more conscientious approach, where brand safety and corporate responsibility take precedence. This shift is likely to result in more rigorous vetting processes, enhanced oversight mechanisms, and greater emphasis on sustainable ethical practices throughout the talent development pipeline. Looking ahead, the outcome of this case will likely influence regulatory approaches to artist protection across multiple jurisdictions. Lawmakers and industry watchdogs are already exploring legislative solutions that would establish minimum standards for working conditions, age-appropriate protections, and clear channels for reporting misconduct. These developments suggest that the entertainment industry is moving toward a more structured, accountable future, where success need not come at the expense of personal dignity or safety. Ultimately, this moment represents more than just the fall of a single influential figure. It marks a potential turning point in how society values and protects creative talent. The courage demonstrated by victims in coming forward, combined with the determination of investigators and advocates to pursue justice, has created an opportunity for meaningful reform. Whether the industry seizes this moment to implement lasting change or allows the momentum to dissipate remains to be seen, but the stakes have never been higher for those committed to building a more equitable and ethical entertainment ecosystem.